going back over it, was Addy's shout last week was that Somerville could be £100 million player, which we have said.
150 now.
Addy,
Well,
and it has come up positive for
crack. I did take some stick from that, and probably rightly so. You know, I'm probably over-egging it with 100 million. However, I did say he does need to add goals and assists to his game, and if he does, and it keeps us up, it will probably be worth about £100 million. So I'll get there somewhere or the other.
Yeah, and he was spectacular.
Yeah,
in that first half, especially, wasn't he?
I just feel that as a winger, he's dribbling, close control, getting past people. He's as good as anyone really on his day, but he does need to continue and be consistent with the end product. And then I think he's as good as winger as anyone if he adds that to his game. He's like in the Doku sort of mold, the Sterling sort of mold. Do you know what I mean? But I guess Sterling was elite with his finishing and his goal scoring. But he's in that sort of mold.
Yeah. I think he's really. I think he has really improved these last 3 games, and he's kind of the player. Well, I think all 4 of us, and most of the fan base would have said probably time to move him on now. As January approached, because we'd never really got anything out of him, did we? And he kind of always sort of promised, but he never got there. But now, and I don't know if that is because we're playing differently now, and he is getting that ball quicker out the back, where it's not being played around the back constantly, what we saw before. So, yeah, it was a real good feel-good factor. And I think the other thing that I think Nuno got right, for probably the first time ever in a West Ham game, was the substitutions. I thought he got all of them right at exactly the right time. It was really nice seeing Wilson getting a little bit of a 30-minute run or whatever it was, 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was. I think when you looked at our bench, there was more options than normal, wasn't there, as well?
Yeah.
So there was players we didn't bring on, the likes of Magassa, who, only before Christmas was getting man of the match at Man United, and we didn't even feel the need to bring him on.
And James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, that was nice to see. But I think as well, I messaged the group at the weekend, we've got so many attacking footballers now, it sort of dictates how we play. And we don't sit back and allow teams to come at us because our team isn't made up of that quality anymore. So it's basically forcing our hand on which way we play. But I don't know, I'm not being negative, but I did see that thing on social media where it had the new coach and he was ranting and raving at Nuno about 1 or 2 of the subs that he made. But maybe that's just the nature of a coach and a manager relationship. And maybe Nuno needs that challenge about, well, why are you doing that? Talk me through that. Why have you just brought Kilman on in the 93rd minute? That was what it was about, apparently. But I think that relationship
is funny that, but as I say, look, we'll all jump on him now as a West Ham fan base and go, wow, this is the geezer. But it does beg the point of this is why a coach needs a backroom staff.
Yeah.
It's absolutely idiotic that we brought a manager in with 0 backroom, and he's finally got some.
Well,
bear in mind,
he's
only got 1
3
now. Or he's got 2, I think, hasn't he? Now he got 1 earlier, didn't he? And which is outrageous. So you've got to give the man the tools to do the job. Managers don't do everything. I know people think they kind of do, but they don't. A lot of them don't take the trainings. A lot of them don't do this. They've got coaches that they trust. Now, obviously, we all love Steve Potts and that, but they've never worked in the Premier League, and maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe they're not top coaches, so they've never been headhunted anywhere else and things like that. And that might be really harsh on them. But you would think if they were the top coach there, they'd be taken somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
and also,
yeah. But youth is obviously very different to first team, because otherwise Tony Carr would have been an amazing manager at West Ham, maybe. Who knows? I don't like to say. But it's it is good to see him having someone there, and it was good seeing that man bollocking him. And it might have been not even about Kilman, but it all worked quite well, didn't it?
The passion
and obviously,
and that challenge was good.
The best bit of the day was obviously Granit Xhaka getting rolled up,
losing his head.
That was brilliant. One.
Oh, I loved it.
Big shout out to Benji. There's a guy, the black guy he was having a row with. It worked.
Was it Benji?
As the tickets. So I don't know if he was trying to calm it all down, to be honest, but he was the one that was all over the pictures.
Yeah. I see him. Yeah.
So we've had a couple of messages as well. So thank you for everyone listening in a minute. With having Pablo and Tati up top, it's allowing Somerville to pick up the ball higher up the pitch. Previously, he was picking up at a left wing back position, taking on players and still not being further up. I actually said this about Kudos last week, and I felt that was what was happening last year, where we were so poor last year. But I felt the ball, it took so long to get up to it. These players with pace, they want it straight away, so they're 1-on-1, not 2-on-1s. So it does make sense that that's what you should be doing. Chelsea this week, well, actually, no, before we go on to that, Forest obviously didn't, they got the win again. That was a big killer, wasn't it, that game? Yeah. We all watched that, obviously, hoping that we get the points, and we would have been really in it then at 2 points, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolute killer. Gutted I was when I saw that.
So did I.
See them being up, because you just feel like it's all for nothing. I guess we did get gain a couple of points on Leeds at least, but just, I think I mentioned it on the group, just looking at our remaining fixtures doesn't look too clever. And then looking at Forest could be out of sight in their next 3 games. They've got,
I know, Palace this week, isn't it?
Yeah, Palace, Leeds, then Wolves. So they could nearly be out of sight after them 3 games.
You half want Forest though to beat Palace.
Which is what
it just drags them down.
I don't see Palace going down.
I don't know, Sam.
They haven't won
for ages.
What I have not understood there, because I've just seen that, I wanted to come on to that, Mick. Mateta, 35 mil to Forest. How on earth are we not going for Mateta?
I know, crazy.
But I'm also quite gobsmacked why he's going for 35 million and our other teams are not coming in for him. Our Spurs not going to.
Spurs apparently are looking at him now as well.
Well, I'm not surprised. Look at Spurs. They need a striker. Who else?
Yeah.
I'm surprised someone at the top.
Everyone needs
Brentford's
a striker.
Not up there. Bournemouth, like all these teams, I'm not surprised they're going to try and buy him. I'm really shocked at 35 million for him. Is he at the end of his contract or something?
I don't know. I don't even know.
It doesn't seem
no,
right.
I don't think he is.
That is
I think he still might have like another like year and a half or something like that on his contract. I don't think he's out of contract.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
Or
really?
anytime like soon.
I know we got in the comments here, we'll be closer to the Spuds at the end of the February than now. They are shy and have a really tough month. They really do.
Yeah, that was
have a tough month.
Say,
They do.
I just don't see. They're 8. Are they 7 points or 8 points above us?
I think it's a
8,
big.
I think they are. Yeah.
For me, I feel that. I think Palace are the ones we can look at. They're really struggling. They lose Mateta. Obviously, they lost Gahey. It seems like their manager wants out. He couldn't give them monkeys anymore. They haven't won for ages. They haven't won for a long time, and I just think the momentum is not with them. I dare say they're going to get a bit of money in, so they might replace them with good players. But I think they might be ones to catch. The other one is I just feel we need to get between 2 points of Leeds for that last game at the end of the season, and it's
is that home as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so then it's all on that game. We just need to win that game. And I think that could be doable, getting within 2 points of Leeds. But they seem to be playing quite well. Even last night, they was unlucky not to win.
How do you think you manage the players then when, you've won 3 in a row, 2 in the Premier League, 6 points out of 6, and then you see the people above you winning as well? Do you think that's like, this is an open question really, do you think it's not demoralising, but hard to keep people's mojo up? How does Nuno sort of manage that? Do you think?
I think you're
Just
probably
keep
right.
a good feeling going. I think just keep the good feeling going. Make training as fun as you possibly can do. That's what needed. I think that's what needs to happen. You need to make it exciting, wanting to go into work. I think if you can get them wanting to go into work, the momentum should just carry you on. Do you know what I mean? You get another win. You got to think that will be now. That will be 3 wins in the league, and winning just breeds confidence.
Yeah.
It breeds momentum. Everything about the club will just feel completely different to what it was 4 weeks ago.
The problem is, though, Mick, we've got Chelsea away this week. That is a very tough ask. It is away.
It is a tough one. I think it is away. Yeah, I think it is
Chelsea
away.
battered Palace. Was it 3 or 4-1?
It's so inconsistent.
I'm not.
Do you know what I mean? It's so inconsistent.
Yeah, I don't mind this game against Chelsea. I think we're going to win, but I think we can definitely get something from it.
I reckon get a draw, yeah.
But we could be 8 points adrift this week.
I know, and that
is the actual cold reality of this. If Forest win, what we need is, if we lose to Chelsea, we need Forest to slip as well, so that at least the gap don't get bigger. If that gap gets to 8 points, I think we've just run out of time, and I think we said that Christmas period was so important, for that reason, and I just don't see. Look, teams will lose. We've got to win a lot more games than everyone else, and I don't know. I know. I do. So they're saying Chelsea play tomorrow in Italy, so they have got midweek football to deal with. Yeah. Italy not that far though, so that's not it's not the end of the world. But they might pick up a couple of injuries here, so that's kind of Cole Palmer's not there,
and I think
Nado and Enzo.
It's a big ask, but and some of our remaining fixtures as well. I can't remember exactly what they are, but I think Villa, when we play Villa, I think they would be in the quarterfinals of the whatever cup they're in. Was it Europa League? Is it Villa they're in or something like that? Yeah. And Palace would, if they get in the Conference League, if they get through, I think they're at the quarterfinal stage when we play them as well. And there's a couple of others like that are in late stages of Europe when we play them.
That'll make a big difference.
The things like that are in our favour. I mean, we need everything.
Yeah,
but they do really matter, because teams are going to have the one eye on those big European games.
Well, I didn't know Forest was still in it, but if they are, when we won the trophy a couple of years ago, we definitely took our eye off the league a little bit. So maybe Deitch has got a few selection headaches there, hasn't he? And they ain't going to pick
squad depth as well. Squad depth.
Well, it looks like they're buying. Obviously, we're at the last couple of weeks of January now. Well, we were in the last week of January, aren't we now?
Yeah, I think the window finishes Monday, I think.
And the window finishes Monday, and we have not even spoken about a defender coming to West Ham, which is... I know we're going to say, well, Tadibo and Mavropanos have found form. They could quite easily not find form or get an injury, and we are back to Kilman, who he's just not good enough. No. The weirdest one I've seen today is that we're trying to buy a Tottenham sub-goalie.
Yeah, apparently it's close. Close to being done.
Which obviously, he really obviously don't rate Areola, does he?
He can't do, can he?
I think it's Amansa he don't rate.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
What, and you think that then we let Amansa go?
Yeah.
I did read last week that Spurs were looking at Amansa and it was going to be like a swap loan deal for the pair of them.
But
then I've also read he could be going to Italy.
I saw the Harry Maguire thing rear its head again last night.
I saw that on someone's Instagram today, but I can't imagine, because he's starting, isn't he, for United?
Yeah, I think we've missed the boat with Harry.
I would have loved him. I'd have made him captain.
West Ham clickbait that I saw that. I think it was Hammers Bites or something had it on there, or transfer or something. It was on there. I saw it today, but it was. It does seem weird, the goalkeeper thing. Like it's going, we really, really need a centre half and probably a midfielder, really, don't we?
Yeah. Well, you got to think obviously we let Irving go. It's not that it's a massive miss, but we let Irving go. We let Rodriguez go. Paqueta's going to go. So we do need to refill.
And they're talking
Also,
about James
Ward-Prowse
Ward-Prowse
might be
going
going
into
Burnley.
Oh yeah,
Burnley, which
Ward-Prowse is
seems
apparently
a very odd move to let him go to a relegation rival and maybe go and usurp us and stay up. That would be embarrassing if that happened. Also, looking at it, like the other day, I think Ward-Prowse should have come on. I think he could be a very, very important player with that bit of experience to come on. And also gives us something a bit different coming on with, like, you putting Wilson on, you putting a free kicker or a corner in and things like that. I do think that. But it does seem weird why to bring him back into the team to then loan him again. But is it because we just got no one else?
He really don't like him, does he? He really don't like
Baldy.
I don't call you Baldy.
Yeah,
Baldy.
Sorry, Gal.
So, I got called Sean Dyche once, didn't I, Addy, on one of these?
Oh, yeah, that did me.
He said, "That's for
I
Sean
can see
Dyche."
that and all.
What is everyone watching along with us? What do you all think of the Chelsea game? Like, I know people saying, "Well, we didn't." Frog in the Well has said we didn't expect Chelsea's a tough one. We didn't expect much against Sunderland, and they also point out Forest in Europe. A lot of people cup-tied opponents, but we would have been well fucked already without Areola this season. And I do agree he has made. I'd arguably say he's been our best player over this whole Christmas period in January. But he has still got that bad mistake in him. He's fucking all over the place for the goal to finish the other day. So I do understand it is hard, but I do think if we had a better centre half and a goalkeeper in there, we would look a lot different. And I do agree that Areola shouldn't be dropped. Like, it's an hard one. What do you think? You're quite similar to me, Ed, with Areola, aren't you?
Yeah, I do think he's been good recently. I do think, and like you say, he has got a mistake in him, but I do think he's been really good recently. Some of the saves he's been making has been really important. And I guess if he continues in this form, then it's not an urgent to replace him.
No.
But it's just, but we just know what he has been like and what he's capable of in the negative, and it's just like, you just don't know. You just don't know whether you can fully rely on him, I guess, is the case.
And it don't look like we were obviously going to replace this guy from Spurs. Looks like he's going to be coming into. Is it? So then, is that the sub? You think it's going to be the Hamadson?
Yeah.
It's surely not to replace Areola with Spurs as sub goalkeeper, is it?
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't have thought so. I do like the look of him though. Spurs. I saw him. He played as soon as he signed. He played a couple of games for Spurs. He looks really confident. He looks a good keeper.
Why do you reckon they're going to get rid of him? Because that Vicario is useless.
I don't know. It's weird.
He can't. He's worse on a cross than Areola.
Yeah,
In actually, much worse.
He's an absolute liability at crosses and stuff like that. Vicario.
And he's got a slightly better this year.
I love Areola though.
Yeah, see, it's funny. I've got to say,
you love him, Nick.
Yeah, I do really like it. As I say, I know he's not fantastic at crosses and stuff like that, but I think as a shot stopper, I do think he's one of the best in the league as shot stopper. I really do. I rate him really highly shot stopping, and it's just a shame that he's at the negative side of his game, like commanding his box for corners. That the whole squad has been terrible. Like, not all the goals have been down to him. Like, a lot of them have been free headers and stuff like that.
Without a doubt.
Do you know what I mean? I do really feel
like he couldn't have
a
done
lot of
anything
it
about that goal the other day. Like, it was Tadebo. Was all over. I don't know where he was, to be honest with you. He was out like left back.
He's chasing the geezer that put the ball in.
Yeah.
And he just left it completely wide open for no one else covering him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and then Mavropanos was not switched on, or Wamsaka or whatever it was at the back. They were just kind of all over the place. Now, that's what we're going to have. We are going to have people that are going to put a bit more pressure on us, like Chelsea and things like that. And then who is it after Chelsea for us?
Burnley.
It's Burnley. That's it. I knew it was a rival. So we've got we've got a couple of weeks coming up. Obviously, people saying here, if we turn up at Chelsea and give it a good go, I'll be happy. That's all we ask. I think that's all we really want. But this is a point. We're at a point where giving it a go is not really an option anymore, is it? It's do or die now each week, isn't it? I just don't. I'm worried that 8 points is monumental to claw back. I think because you're just asking them to lose too many games, more than you. And I think 8 points, you're definitely gone at this stage, don't you?
Yeah, it's a big ask, isn't it? It's a big ask, but I guess you never know. I think we've got to win.
You don't see someone going and losing 4 extra games that we've got to win.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about Palace and Spurs. Dragging them in. Spurs have got a really, really tough run-in over the next month, or two. They've got really tough games. And look, we beat them quite convincingly. They're not winning games. Palace are not winning games, and we are. So they're looking over their shoulder now, and that's all we can do right now is just keep winning, keep getting points, even if it's the 1 point. Just keep picking the points up, and then we'll keep looking over their shoulder. And I'm telling you, Leeds might pull away. That's fine, as long as you're pulling other teams in there, like your Spurs, like your Palace.
Problem is, Bournemouth went and got a result this week, didn't they? And you know what? It was Spurs. Bournemouth got the result. Forest got the result. Leeds got another point. You know, like Leeds, they just keep nicking a point, 3 points, point. Yeah. They ain't lost in ages, Leeds, have they?
5, isn't it?
No, I don't think they have. And that's what I'm saying about us. If we can just keep churning, even if it's a point, you know, if we nick a point against Chelsea, you take the point against Chelsea and think, right, we go again against Burnley, you know, get the 3 points there. That's 4 points out of a possible 6. Do you know what I mean? If we keep getting those little points and picking those up, as I say, we've still got to play Palace, still got to play Burnley, still got to play Leeds. All right, we've played Forest twice now, we've played Spurs twice now, but we've still got to play those teams in that little circle with us. And as I say, if we keep picking up the points before we play those games, they're going to get nervous, really, really nervous.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. People say I'm pessimistic, things like that. If we'd have got it down to 2 points this week, I really fancied us. I really did. I think that going back to that 5 point, and only because it's Chelsea this week. Because if it was Burnley this week, I'd go game on again. Right, we're okay. It's just that they've got Palace and we've got Chelsea. So you're kind of in your head going, if we lose to Chelsea and they win, 8 points, shit. And then it's Leeds. How many points are Leeds off us then?
Yeah. Oh no, you've just been a realist, Sam, and I'm with you. But I do take on board what Mick's saying. And I mean, Tottenham are the worst team we've played this season, and they're not scoring
in free fall.
They are in free fall, but I just think.
But then they went and beat Dortmund this week. You know, like Tottenham can put a result together.
That's what I mean. I think they're good enough to get points, and when it gets, you know, Frank's only got a couple of games of losing, and he will be gone. And then a new manager's coming in,
and then you get the bounce.
It could be all completely different after that, can't it? So I think it's just a big ask. We just left it. It's just a bit too late, I think.
Well, it was the must-win games. We didn't win, did we? That was the problem. Getting spanked 3-0 by Wolves, Fulham. That was the
Forest
problem.
At home.
Well, it's not what we're doing now. We look a change side now. Yes.
Well, that Bournemouth away, was it Bournemouth or Brighton away where we conceded at the end?
We said on here, didn't we, that these points are just going to be so vital come the end of the season. Wow. The experiment against Leeds and Brentford, and like these points were always going to be so important.
If we had, I was thinking last night actually, if we had those must-win games now with the team we've got and the way
you win them,
we'd beat all of them.
Yeah, I think we beat them. Yeah,
and like you say, we've just run out of road, haven't we? I think we're running out of road. That's it.
Yeah. That is the sad thing, and I just like now the thought of going down to the Championship now. You know, if you improve as well, that's almost more disappointing. That you've gone right. We could have done it. The manager could have done it, and it didn't do it. And I will put it down to I think if we go down, the managerial errors, and I think there was just far too many of them, that Ismail stumbled across something, and it was just too late. Like I say, that putting right and left backs in the wrong positions, it was idiotic. Putting Andy Irving in the starting lineup for like a couple of games. He started 2 games in a row, didn't he?
I think the mistakes were before that. I think Potter letting real stalwarts of the club go before he got replacements. I think that's the root cause.
Listen, I mean, I'm talking about actual things
Yeah.
where we had it in our hands. Bournemouth 2-0 up, and he takes Wilson off at like 50 minutes, and he'd scored 2 goals, and all of them things were. I think that is all of them. That we had too many nightmares, and they will come back to haunt us. I think. Now we beat Chelsea, then maybe it's a different thing, and really that's the problem. We got to go and beat Chelsea now, really, or a point. A point, we'd all settle for a point, obviously with Chelsea. Yeah, and it's just it's depressing when you look at it, because you obviously it's a big positive, and there's a big positive around the club at this week, going up with 1-3 on the spin, but you're kind of looking and going, but
we're still in this shit position. And I was going to say, I was gone completely out of my head. But I mean, in the positive, I was going to say that obviously with the Great Escape the first time was in a lot worse position. Was it 10 games to go, 10 points adrift, and we turned it round? I mean, I think we had a better squad then, but you know, it is doable. I think we won 7 out of those last 10 games, didn't we? To turn it around.
45 points to play for. 45 points to play for.
Yeah.
What, right now?
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of points.
Well, that 45 points, that makes, right?
There you go, Sam. Turned it around.
65 points. And if Arsenal don't win another game, we can win the league with that.
It's on.
Yeah.
That's it. Part of the challenge is coming.
I will put in our favour. The Premier League is not very good this year. Like, in a sense of like, everyone is a little bit beatable. So I don't think there's anybody to actually fear in this thing. Maybe Arsenal, but I still fancy.
Even they got beat, didn't they?
Exactly. United's gone and beat them the other day. Anyone watch that game?
Yeah.
What the two
I had it on my phone, but I wasn't really watching it.
I'll tell you look, someone's just put up Mr. Moon's left the building. West Ham v Chelsea. Who are we going for? West Ham or Chelsea? I've gone West Ham.
Do you know what? For the last 3 weeks, I've said West Ham to win, and we've won, so I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, I'm going West Ham.
I'm going West Ham.
I'm going West Ham 2-1.
Yeah.
1-0 for me, right at the death.
Oh, a penalty. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Little penalty, just a little pea roller or something that goes in a own goal.
Yeah.
You'd take anything right now, wouldn't you? Because a win against Chelsea would just be such a massive, because everyone then starts going, West Ham are performing now. But the loss here is just going to be a big. But to be honest with you, it's almost, and I wonder how the manager is going to play this. I wonder if he now goes back to 5 at the back or tries something different, because we surely can't play 4-4-2 against Chelsea, can we? They'll cut us to pieces in that midfield, you would think, wouldn't you?
I think he gets Pablo to drop off, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He gets Pablo.
It's more like a 4-4-1-1 that he plays. Do you know what I mean? Pablo seems to be the one that's I always see him doing work in the midfield more than up top, which I like. I like him dropping off, doing that, and helping out that midfield. And that's what I'm saying. His work rate. I don't think he's necessarily great technically, but I think his work rate and the pressure and the pressing that he does. And he does it in the midfield as well. He pressurises the midfielders as well, which massively helps us. It really does help us.
Because they've been not great, and I know they've had a little bit of a bounce with Rosenia being there, but I think the
most uninspiring manager of all time.
Oh,
that is the oddest. I saw that Rory Jennings said he's the most undeserved football top flight management appointment of all time, and he is completely right. He's madness that signing, isn't it? But he has won 2 out of 2, so or 3 out of 3 or something. So, but that is the maddest appointment. If West Ham done that appointment, you'd be going, don't fancy that.
It don't surprise you though, does it? No. Does it really surprise you though they appointed him?
No, of course it doesn't.
Well, no, obviously their model, I've been told that their model now is to buy and sell players. That is it. They're not bothered about winning. Yeah, and so that does make that appointment. Yeah. Yes, man.
Do you know what? When I'll be waiting with bated breath on Saturday to see the teams get released. Because if Kilman's not in it, I think we've got a chance. As soon as you see that bloke's name on the team sheet, my arse just drops. I'll just go, oh. If we can keep him away from the team.
It's funny, we never heard any more about the Palace, did we, coming in for him?
No.
Fucking get them to them. That will send. Then Palace will go down. If they get Kilman, let me tell you, if you're a Palace fan listening, Max Kilman is who you need. Fantastic player. Be gutted.
55 million will take you.
The perfect replacement for Dave.
I'd actually drive him over the water.
I'd give us 55 million, they can have him.
He's got to go down as one of our worst ever signings, isn't he? Now,
for the money,
he's almost like a figure. He's like a Roberto figure of fun.
He's like a Roger Johnson. I've
gone from really disliking him to like massively feeling sorry for him, and I don't know what's worse.
And I do as
feeling sorry for him or disliking him. What's worse?
It's not that he doesn't try. That's actually. It's not that he's a like when Tadibo wasn't playing. You look and go, socks rolled down, not much effort. You look think you're better than you are. Kilman, he doesn't give you that at all. He comes across as he's a very decent bloke and a decent pro, doesn't he? That's that comes.
He looked like when Nuno was stood next to him, he had his arm out, bringing him on in the 93rd minute. He looked like he didn't really want to come on. He didn't look confident at all.
Ghost, didn't he? Yeah, he looked like a ghost. He looked so pale and just
he looked a bit. Yeah. I was like looking at him, thinking, doesn't look like a footballer because your adrenaline would be going, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? No, it was nothing. It was a bit
just out of bed.
Oh, spotlight on me.
Yeah, we've got some more comments here. We must play 4-4-2. Nuno would be mad to change a winning team. We're playing 4-4-1-1 for sure. All he has to do is help cut out the passing lines and also put press players. Most midfielders ain't very technical and don't play one-touch football. And then Daz said hi. Oh, hi, Daz.
Hello,
hello, Daz.
So it's I hope he kind of I don't know with the tactics like what he should play, what he shouldn't play, but he really sticks something that works at the minute. Surely,
yeah. I think he'll play the same formation this week.
I do,
and the same team. Would you?
Yeah.
Is there anyone you would change?
No.
I'll take it. That's probably the team I'd pick.
Yeah. Thanks. I was listening to another podcast, and they were speaking about. They were saying that they didn't think necessarily that Bowen at the moment would be player of the season, but then it just made me think, well, who would be?
Who would?
And I couldn't actually think of who would be my player of the season this season. So, like, if the season,
I think you'd have to take that whole first part of the season as if it didn't happen, and you'd probably only taken it from now. And madly, in despite of everything I've said, it would probably be Areola for me,
or Fernandez because he's new.
Yeah, I think I completely agree. I think Fernandez, but I do think Areola is really, really done some important stops for us, like really, really important that have actually won us points. I think he probably would get my vote, which I can't even believe I'm saying that, to be honest with you. But
I agree, and obviously Tadibo, I think he's been outstanding in his last few games.
So do I. And the four are Somerville, Todibo, Fernandez, and Areola is the four, really, isn't it? That have stood out over the last few weeks, and then there's Bowen as well. But we kind of expect that.
Excuse me.
It's a bit like when Deck was with us. Really, he should have won Hammer of the Year every single year, shouldn't he? He was that good, but you get to that point where you kind of expect it, and it's a little bit wrong, but that's what it is. I also think Souček has been really good for us coming back in. I do think I've got a lot of people. I know he divides a lot of opinion. Weirdly, I think, he's not the best footballer at all. He just gives you so much else. Like he just wants the win. And that for me is enough. Yeah, he does a wayward pass, but actually, I think his passing gets a lot slated more than it actually is, to be honest with you, because he plays some good, don't you add it's become a bit of a myth, a little bit.
Fairly tidy, isn't he? He's fairly tidy. He's not going to play a 30-yard pass, but he's quite tidy and he keeps it. Keeps the ball well.
Having him has brought back the feel-good factor, I think, because it's allowed us to reconnect with perhaps the last couple of seasons, having a Moyes player in there. Do you know what I mean? I think it's really worked wonders, really.
It's that defensive stuff that he does as well. He's always looking to, get his challenging, get his head on the ball, and it's so important winning those duels, especially in defence. He's such a big presence, isn't he? So that's important to have as well.
I'm surprised we've never seen Magassa play at the back, considering he played there in Monaco. And I'm also surprised that in when we were finding it, the Souček never had a go at the back. Like when we was in a terrible situation with Todibo, Kilman, and Mavropanos. It was a bit weird. I thought we'd always see that. We've got more comments here. West Ham Football TV, evening gents, evening fellas. Hope you're well. Full Kruger for sure, player of the year, because he fecked off. He scored. He broke his toe as well, didn't he?
Well, apparently he played the next week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and that's when he scored. Fulkrug, yeah.
Pablo will come good. Reminds me of Thiago at Brentford, and he needed time. Look at him now. Pablo's. We've mentioned Pablo earlier. Where do you sit with him? Because it's a funny one. I can't give an opinion on Pablo yet. It's weird. Can you? Because you have also got to take into account that they've come. The young boys have come to a new country, probably don't speak English, and so there is that you've got to take into account as well. Where do you think Pablo is a good player?
I think they've been sent in to sort of show there's a work rate and get the crowd up and all that, which they've done. I think maybe now they need to just sort of take the foot off a little bit, stop trying so hard and concentrate on their game than just how many miles they're putting in, perhaps, you know what I mean? Because it is at the moment just sometimes headless chicken running. Although it's effective, they're better footballers than that. So,
I don't know, because what you got to remember with Pablo, he was signed in the summer for £250,000.
I saw that.
Now, is he a good player? And I honestly can't answer that. What do you think, Ad?
Yeah, I'm undecided. I love his work rate, his attitude.
Me too.
Exactly what we want to see. And I think there's some promise in there. I don't know. Like you need to see him have shots and stuff to see what his finishing is like for a striker, and we're not really seeing that. But I just like his attitude and I like his work rate, and I feel there could be a bit of promise. I don't think he's great at the moment, but I don't know. I like him. I do.
He's better than what we had, isn't he? He's better than what we had.
And he gives us something. He gives us something up the.
And that's what I can't work out. Is it that he's a runner?
Yeah.
And actually just running into people and actually, but giving 1,000%. Like there was a bit last week where he really got it right now. All four of us could go and we could effectively do that if we're fit enough. And that's what kind of I don't know. And is he standing out a little bit in our team at the moment because we've not had that passion for players all season? And I don't know. Well, what does everyone in the comments think? We've got a lot of Pablo is brave, defending from the front, give him 10 games, then judge. I think that's very fair. We need to work on Pablo's fitness, but he gets involved at least. Pablo, great beard.
Yeah, that's got a great beard.
And someone, have you seen that on the Instagram when they put a picture of Tati and Pablo up and they said it's the same person? Like, if you look at it, one's got a beard, one hasn't, right? They basically look like the same person. It's quite funny, like when you see it.
Separated at birth.
Like any workplace, functioning team beats star individuals that disrupt, mentioning no names. Well, actually, going on to that, one of Pablo's shots did end up near the corner flag. Hope that doesn't set a precedent. Yeah, and that's where we're going. Talking of work rate, and obviously the big news today is it looks like it's the end of our Brazilian Magnifico. Sad ending. Not much money. 35 million. But kind of, I would say, what he's worth. Obviously, no one else is coming in for him. Because
Brazilian record, by the way.
Yeah.
Will it be a record?
Record played by a Brazilian club, ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So he tried to flog him. Sullivan's tried to put him about to, I think, Spurs. I think he contacted Spurs. And there was another Premier League club he tried to flog him off to. And apparently Paqueta said, no, I'm not interested in staying in the Premier League. Said, I want to go home. So that's why I've got no issue with him. The slight issue I've got with him is I don't think he's injured. I think he has Dan tools and just been like, I'm not playing until I go.
Oh, clearly, listen,
but,
he's definitely obviously out. Or
with him going home, I've got no
we ain't playing yet because we can't risk you getting injured.
Yeah.
Like,
35 million, I think, is spot on for him. I think he's got less than 18 months on his contract now. So 35 million, you take it. I would, and especially to Brazil, he's not playing in the Premier League where you think, you know what, if he starts to click with someone in the Premier League, you can see that he's a player. And I just don't. I would have hated it if he would have gone to Spurs and they would have spent a bit more money around him, and he would have just turned into a world beater again. Because we did see that in glimpses when we first signed him. He looked superb. But yeah, I agree. I think 35 million for him is probably about right.
How much did we pay for him? About 50 odd, wasn't it?
50 odd.
50 odd,
a record ever striker, a record ever signing, I believe, isn't he? 51 million.
50,
that
50
one pass was worth 15 million, weren't it?
That what? Yeah.
That one pass.
And you know what? It started so good with him, and it's I don't know. It's a bit of a sad ending.
Yeah, and for me, it's, like, I agree with Mickey as well. Like, you know, I'm not desperately sad to see him go. And it's kind of fair enough because he wants to go home. However, he is sort of ditching us in a time where we could really do with him. Like, he could go at the end of the season, go back home, and you know, he could.
Well, he's doing what he wants, and
exactly. And I think he's got one eye on the what. He's got one eye on the World Cup as well.
Yeah,
I think.
I listened to TalkSport.
We were good to that. We were very good to him. In a sense, actually.
Yeah.
We were very good for him. He didn't perform for many years, and he started well with us, obviously, but then really tailed off with him. And obviously, we've stuck with him a bit, and I think that's what hurts a little bit. That's a bit of the, oh, well, I'm all right, Jack. I won the World Cup, you know, like, and I know that's football now, and that is what it is. And we think,
I think Ancelotti's been in his ear. I listen to TalkSport, and on a Thursday they have like the South American correspondents on TalkSport. I can't remember his name. Phil Vickery, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And he's for the last few weeks he's been saying like Paqueta's thinking of the World Cup. If he stays at West Ham, he doesn't think that he's going to get picked for the World Cup. He said he wants to go back home because the fans, especially in Brazil, all they want to see is Brazilian-based players playing for their country. They don't like the foreign-based players playing for their country.
Unless they're
I think he's been very much like, there's an up-and-coming player in Brazil as well that plays in his position. And I think I think Ancelotti's been in his head and being like, look, if you don't come back home, you could struggle here to get into this World Cup squad for us with this. I can't remember his name, what his name is now, but he's very much plays in Paqueta's position and he's been performing in Brazil.
I think, mate, if he's not careful, Igor might miss out on the Brazilian squad.
No chance.
No, really got. What am I talking about? Signing a centre half, gal. We got one.
Well, he's actually a central central defender as well, Igor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we don't need one, do we? We don't need to buy one. We've got Igor.
Do we really know if he is a centre back? Never seen him
That's what
play.
he says on his wiki. He's a centre back.
Although he played against us, didn't he, for Fiorentina?
I follow him on Insta, and he's training really hard. Don't know what he's training for. Doesn't even get. I've never seen him warm up.
Bless him. I've heard today that that loan's going to get cancelled. Probably.
Shut up.
No, yeah, he's going.
I think we'll have to pay money for that as well.
Yeah.
To terminate his loan. I think we're like what Chelsea done with Sancho. I think we would have to pay money for it.
I think we can only have a certain amount of loans. I'd imagine we're going to try and get a couple loans.
I'm going to get a shirt with his
name. Is that why we're going to do it? It's
two. You've only allowed 2 domestic-based loans, I think.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I think you're only allowed 2.
Such a shame we can't go and get Harvey Elliott in it.
I don't. What's going on there?
Because he's played for 2 clubs, hasn't he, this season?
Because he's played for Liverpool and Villa in the same season, so he can't go to Premier League. He cannot go to Premier League.
I think that's only a loan, though. If you sign him permanently, I think he can play.
He's not.
If it's a loan, I don't think they're allowed to do it.
What's that, Sam?
He's not coming to West Ham, that's for sure.
He should play for a top 6 side, that lad.
Yeah, I agree, Gal. And Villa have only not signed him because they haven't played him, because if they did, they were going to have to buy him. And Emery, there was obviously something he didn't like about him, or maybe he thinks, listen, we've got Morgan Rogers. Like, I don't want to waste my budget on a number 10 that isn't really going to play, which is a fair point, to be fair. It's not that maybe he's shit. Although we have never had Emery come out and say, this boy's fantastic. We've actually made the mistake here. Or so, because you could have, if he was a really good boy, you would think the manager would come out and do that, wouldn't you? There's obviously been a bit of a problem. I know his dad gets very loud, doesn't he? He did with Liverpool, didn't he? And actually, when you look, he probably would have played for Liverpool this year as well.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would have played for Liverpool.
Because they're talking about him going to the MLS, to Charlotte or something like that.
Charlotte, yeah.
I think.
Really?
Yeah. Dean Smith said if he needs a club to come and just play, come. We'd love him. Like, we'd do a deal to get him here just for the thing, because we're in a league that he can play in, basically.
Mm.
That's there it is. Amherst Football TV. Yes, domestic loans. That's why we can't get Elliott. And they were just talking about Paqueta there, considering what we paid for him and the drama that unfolded. In the grand scheme of things, it's fair money. Take it and run. Too inconsistent and annoying at times to watch. I actually, I do agree with that, actually. I think that's a perfect summary of it. I don't think any West Ham fans gutted to see him leave. A little bit gutted at what might have been.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You'll look back. I think we'll all look back fondly on him. But, yeah, it's just all petered out on it. But it's like we haven't really had him for a few seasons, really. And that's probably why it doesn't hurt as much now. I just wonder if we're going to actually sign some other players to come in. Because, as you say, Ed, that'll be Irving, Rodriguez. Did Rodriguez go in the end?
Yeah, Valencia.
It went. It's done.
Yeah, Guilherme.
Well, yeah, money laundering FC.
And he plays, though. He plays for Sporting. This is what I can't understand.
Listen, I've just seen Pablo play that. Vietnamese biscuit or whatever they were called, whatever team he came from. So,
Vietnamese biscuit.
Yeah. What were they called? That team? I've never ever heard of.
Gil Vicente or something like that.
Gil Vicente, that's it. But never ever heard of it. I've watched football my whole life and I've never ever heard of that team. I think we're going to wrap it up here. obviously Chelsea at the weekend. Well, we're all going. Well, so I'm going West Ham. Addy, you're doing West Ham?
Yeah, 2-1 West Ham for me.
Gal?
Yeah, West Ham 2-1.
Yeah.
West Ham 1-0.
Come on, I like this. Bit positive. It was nice actually. It was nice having it with the comments today as well. So thanks to everyone who's watched along with us. Obviously, if you're watching this now on YouTube when it's not live, sorry about the comments, but it was live. But it was quite good doing it with everyone. So thanks for everyone for joining along today, and we will see you all next week. We might do it. Maybe we'll do it. This is the regular live show now. And we'll put some other bits up as well. But if you want to come on at all, like Hammers Football TV, if you want to come on, we'd love to have guests on. Just reach out to us and we can all have a chat. But hopefully we're having a bit of positive chat as well. It has been nice. A bit of a change, isn't it? Having a bit of a positive couple of weeks, isn't it?
Definitely good for your mental health as well.
We try and slag off something, but yeah, I might go down the Dubai Hammers this weekend and watch the game. Wait, is anyone going?
Yeah, I'm going.
You going?
I've got a game myself, so I'm not going.
Yeah.
No.
Got the old...
Yeah, well, I thought might be the last time I get down the bridge for a while. So
I've got to say, I half like Chelsea ground. It's funny, because it's not an old ground, but it is, and it's quite cool. Their ground. Also,
I've never been.
Never been.
No, I've never been.
It's funny, I do actually go a little because when I'm back in England, it's obviously just down the road from me. So I went and watched Chelsea Arsenal this year, which was a good game. Where who was it who got sent off? Caicedo, I think. Like just go and watch a game of football, but he's quite interesting. It's a nice little area because you've got all the pubs down there and
the one-eyed newt, isn't it? The one-eyed newt, is it? On the main road.
That one?
Just on,
we should do one day
on the main road, Fulham Broadway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
If any West Ham fans watching
one
this need a pub, go in my pub at the end of my road. The Cadogan Arms is a fantastic pub. As you've been in there with me, haven't you?
Yeah.
On my birthday, and there is a beautiful pub. And if you need any food in that pub there, Cadogan Arms is an amazing food pub, and the Anglesey Arms on the same street as well is fantastic. So there's my tips for food and travel for West Ham fans.
It doesn't work for the tourist board, and do not ask them to go for a
well, I know
coffee.
I live on that road, so it's kind of it's something, an area I know well. So anyway, night all, it is nearly 11 o'clock here in Dubai, so I'm going to bed. I've had 4 hours sleep after being on the piss yesterday, so I'm feeling it. See you later, lads.
See you later.
Chaps.
See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
See ya.